go back home where you guys come from. You've been doing this for hundreds of years. You know, Martin Luther King marched, and you guys
stop right now. You keep accusing this court that I'm 100 years old and I've been oppressing things for 100 years.
And I'm Native Indian African. I'm not even a citizen.
No?
No, I'm a prisoner in my own country because of you white people. Here, you raped us, you robbed us, and you murdered us legally.
Stop right there.
Everything that you people have done has been legal.
There. It's not you. I did not do that. Do not put that on me.
Alright guys, today we've got a racist sovereign citizen who completely loses it in court and calls the judge a racist straight to her face. This might be one of the wildest sovereign citizen moments I've ever seen, because this dude actually tells the judge to go back where she came from. Like, how is this dude still standing after that? This dude is the definition of a professional victim, blaming everybody but himself when he's literally here for resisting and assaulting an officer during a protest. The entitlement is insane, but the real question is, should judges even waste their time arguing with these people, or should they just hit them with contempt immediately? Let's go ahead and dive in and watch for this very, very heated court hearing started out.
It's not intended to violate any rights under the U.S. Constitution. The purpose is for protection of the complaining witnesses and protection of society if this court deems necessary.
This is somebody violated a law. I haven't violated nothing.
Sir,
I'm with
the allegation is that you assaulted, resisted, obstructed a police officer, causing injury, and trespassed.
That's just an allegation.
You're correct. You're correct. But as a condition of bond, there are certain factors the court has to take into consideration when assessing bond, and the court has judicial discretion to assess bond conditions. That is what this court did. I didn't place you on house arrest, told you couldn't move anywhere. I didn't do any of that, sir. I simply put forth conditions relevant to the allegations therein. And sir, I'm very much aware that they are allegations only.
No, you need to read the whole thing of just one. I got like 15 issues in there.
15 issues.
Yeah,
okay,
you need to read the whole thing. Also, Your Honor, I publicly protested today in front of your court.
Okay.
But none of your police came out to arrest me because that's my constitutional right to do. I'm not ignorant of my constitutional rights. I'm not ignorant. A judge told me a long time ago, ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Right.
And so I studied a little bit. I don't know a lot, but I know my constitutional rights. I've done read your European Constitution over and over again. Actually, I wrote one of my own. If I followed your white laws, I follow them, and then you stomp on me when I followed your laws. You've been doing this for hundreds of years. You know, Martin Luther King marched.
This idiot really just called the judge a racist straight to her face. Like, bro, you literally just resisted arrest through hands with the cops, and now you're in court acting like you're the victim. Nah, that's just crazy. I mean, the act these sovereign citizens have is just next level to me. They literally break the law, get arrested like anyone else would, and then suddenly it's a conspiracy against them. Like, these people have got to be mentally ill. Like, this dude literally, if he didn't want to be in this situation, maybe, and just maybe hear me out here, just follow the laws like everybody else. You know, those things that keep society from turning into absolute chaos. And let's just be real here, calling the judge a racist while she's literally deciding your fate is the legal equivalent of punching yourself in the face. Not a winning strategy in my opinion. But what do you guys think about this guy so far? In my opinion, if I were this judge, I would have slammed this dude with contempt right then and there. But then again, he would have just called her a racist, and then she probably would have backtracked here. But let's go ahead and dive back in here.
I'm not 100 years old, so do not accuse me of stomping on anything.
Well,
let's be very clear on that.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, don't seem like it.
I'm not 100 years old, sir. Were you interfered with at all while you were engaging in your protest?
My constitutional right? No.
No, you were
I did at the city of Woodhaven, though, and now you condemning me for it.
No,
because
sir.
you restricted me.
Sir, let me be very clear.
I've committed no crime.
I am restricting, I put conditions on for the protection of the complaining witnesses, which is the authority that I've been given with my judicial discretion.
You also took an oath to uphold every citizen's constitutional right to public protest. Okay. But you're not doing that.
Sir, let me clarify. Let me clarify something. There is a balancing act that as judges we have to do. So we have, you're charged with a crime, right? It's an allegation. We have the protection of the victim and the community, all right? So there's a balancing act that this court has to do. And that is what this court is doing. I have not restricted all of your movement. I have not said you can't put signs up anywhere, you can't go on any public property. I have not done that, sir.
You did?
No. What I did was I addressed specifically the complaining witness and the victims in this matter. That is what I did, and that is what I have the authority to do that's been given to me by the U.S. Constitution as well. That's statutory authority. Whether you agree with that or not, sir. I understand you don't agree, but that's not a basis for this court to disqualify itself. Let's see what the next one is here.
When I go to schools and you're wind out, you should arrest me, but you're not going to.
I do not, let me just clarify. I, as a judge, do not have the authority to arrest you myself.
Well, they don't either. They took an oath to uphold my civil rights, whether they like it or not.
Sir, did anybody arrest you here?
You weren't supposed to. It's my constitutional right to do. Just like in the city of Woodhaven. This is what I'm trying to get through to you. You're trying to say, no. There's allegations against you that you did this, and this. I'm trying to tell you I exercised my constitutional rights, and they violated me. I'm the victim.
And sir, that is everything that will come through discovery and whatnot. At this stage, this is considered pre-trial.
I seriously can't stand when these sovereign citizens decide to go prosy like they just unlock some secret lawyer abilities, then show up to the pre-trial screaming about how they're innocent like sir. Yelling doesn't erase the evidence here. You're not in a TikTok argument, you're in a courtroom. And the wildest part of it all, they literally act like the judge, the clerks, and literally everybody else in there personally arrested them. Bro, none of these people were at the scene. They're literally just doing their jobs. Meanwhile, this dude is literally out here arguing with the law like it's optional. At this point, I'm just waiting for the judge to hit him with a contempt charge, because if I was on that bench, I'd be handing those out like free samples at Costco for people like this. Let me know what you guys think. Is he trying to delay the case here, or does he really think he's making good points here?
I know what this is. I've been through your system before. Also, Your Honor, I've asked if you don't dismiss yourself, I'm asking for another judge to hold.
Just one moment, please. This court, sir, has to take the allegations, and there's a process.
Like, I don't know it. I know your process. I've been down your roads before. But
I don't know what roads of mine you've been down, sir.
I'm 15.
But you've been here, excuse me, you've been here in this court a number of times,
yes,
as other matters have been disqualified.
Yes, I
and you have been treated with respect and fairness. And I believe you even stated that yourself.
That's not all entirely true.
Hold on, sir. I believe you've even stated that yourself.
Yeah, but that's not all entirely true. You wasn't here to dismiss the posted signs, was you? You should have been here when the prosecutor dismissed City of Woodhaven posted signs. What? You didn't show up then.
Hold on, sir. I don't even know what one that is you're talking about.
Well, there was the one that we was going through and postpone. The City of Woodhaven wrote violation. No, they wrote violations, for posted signs in this case. In other cases. Because I was protesting in the City of Woodhaven. Okay. But on that, the day that you were supposed to be here to have that case dismissed, another judge took your place. You think I'm sleepy or stupid? I'm not. But I'm 15.
Stop there right now, sir. Stop there right now. I don't think you're sleepy and I don't think you're stupid. When was that case? The one that you're talking about that I had another judge sitting for me, when was that case?
That was, I don't know the exact date of it, but I know the case was dismissed by a prosecutor.
Okay. Was that about a year ago, sir?
It was last year.
Last year.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, the time that I had somebody sitting here in my place was because I had to go to Illinois on an emergency basis because my father had a stroke.
Oh, my fault.
So instead of having everything dismissed, I made sure I had another judge here to cover. So do not accuse me of thinking that you're sleepy or stupid. I made sure that there was a judge here to cover it anyway. So whether I was here or not is irrelevant.
The case got dismissed from the City of Woodhaven. But anyway, I'm 15. The defendant under Michigan Court Rule 2.003 requests a hearing by a district court chief judge in case if judge refuses to dismiss herself from this case. I know I have a constitutional right. If you don't dismiss yourself, I have the right for another judge to look at it. This way, it's impartial. It's where another judge can look at it and not just yourself. And apparently, you want to hold this case for a reason. And I believe that you